Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Friday with the Founders. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm joined by my business partner, Guy Toole. We are here with Elify, and this is Friday with the Founders. This is your opportunity to connect directly with us, hear a little bit more insight on what we're doing, announcements of what we have going on, celebrate victories as a team and as a tribe, and get your questions answered. And this is really a collaborative environment that we want you guys to be able to have contact with us and with each other. So this is to supplement the social groups that we have. This is to supplement the YouTube channel that you may be watching this on. All of this in an effort to help you be as successful as possible with your Elify affiliate business. So a few quick housekeeping things. We'll go through the agenda here in a second, but also want to call out that we do a question and answer section at the end of this Friday with the Founders. If you do have a question, you may want to put that down in the chat to save it so that you remember it, or go on ahead and raise your hand and we can start queuing up, but we will not take or go through those questions until the last quarter of this. So from our agenda, we want to take some time today for the first segment of this, and we want to talk about why we, Guy and I, created Elify, created Shuffle, added the Tap, and what our sort of mission is, and why we're inviting you to join us and participate in bringing Elify to the world. Next, I want to talk about two concepts. And Guy, you and I are going to go back and forth a little bit and talk about these really powerful concepts that I know we've done in our businesses and in our lives in general. And that's the concept of leverage and the concept of compounding. And look, if you're on this live or if you're watching this in a replay, you're going to want to take some notes during the leverage and compounding section because it is so powerful. I would probably say, Guy, that's one of the things that's made the greatest impact in my life and my success is those components right there. Third, we're going to go through the affiliate overview of the affiliate program. Very important to understand how we make money in our business and how we can maximize that income earning potential. And then after that, we'll open it up for Q&A, and we want to make sure we get everything answered or any of those questions that you may have. So, with that being said, depending on the timeline, we may get through some of those topics a little bit quicker today than what we have on the schedule. And if so, that's just going to leave a little bit more time for Q&A. But we're going to try and keep this under an hour. I know sometimes we tend to go a little bit long, but we want to make sure you guys get all of your questions answered as well. So Guy, let's go on ahead and kick this off. I want to talk about why we created Elify. And, for those of you who don't know, Elify is a mashup of two words. It's elevate and it's simplify. And really our mission is to elevate your business and simplify your life, or to Elify things. And really, it's about leveraging and using technology to accomplish that goal. And so one of the things that Guy and I realized early on is we were leveraging technology in other businesses that we were in. And we saw this big need for a lot of people to leverage enterprise type technology in their own businesses. However, there's a threshold, right? There's a lot of amazing technology out there that's built for big business. Okay, interdepartmental technology, concepts like Salesforce for sales departments. Well, when you're a small business owner, Salesforce, we always say, is like putting out a match with a fire hose. So we wanted to look at how do you simplify and scale down enterprise type technology and really bring it to the masses, allow people to leverage the same types of tools and features that big businesses do all of the time, and do it in a way where it's accessible from their mobile device or from their home computer. And we see this as this huge opportunity. It's what Larry Ellison's NetSuite CEO said is the Fortune 5 million, right? There's so many businesses. And Guy, you and I saw it as, I think there are 30 million businesses registered in the United States. And the reality is 1 out of every 3 businesses doesn't even have an online presence, let alone understanding how they're leveraging technology. And that's a big question mark because, as we know, technology has changed the world around us. I know, Guy, you and I would pull up some charts and talk about the digital expansion that's going on, but how much technology has progressed things. And one of the things that we saw was there's almost $6 trillion of commerce going on in e-commerce right now. And if you're a business owner and you're not in front of that audience, you're completely missing out on that opportunity. And it's not going to go back to the way it was. It's going to continue to progress. So that's really one of the main reasons we started Elify. And it was with the mission to support the success of the entrepreneur, the small business owner, the work at home professional, the direct seller, really that small team group person who wants to go out and be more successful. We wanted to show them ways that they could do that and provide them with solutions to leverage. So Guy, I'm going to toss it over to you to add any thoughts and comments on this.
With this leverage piece, I think, we talk about it quite often. We even have put a presentation out there from the standpoint of digital expansion and how digital expansion is going to be something to leverage, and technology is going to be something to leverage in your business. And if it's not being utilized, there really is, we're in the day and age, you're setting yourself up for failure. Successful individuals, successful people tend to flow with what's new and evolving. We understand technology that from the standpoint of there's so many that are released every day, so many technologies are available. It can get confusing and hard to understand. And that's where we constantly go back. We listen to our customers, our user base, and work on the refinement element, even from the standpoint where we're putting all of our efforts right now into version 3 of Shuffle. And Shuffle is going to be pretty amazing from the standpoint of being able to sit down with our design team, our development team, and be able to say, this is how it's going to be wireframed out to enhance the ability for someone to leverage this application, to understand the simplicity of it, to really throw the Elify meaning into our technology. Elevate your business, simplify your life. This is really going to simplify how you can go about a day-to-day process. And when saying process as well, Shuffle really provides you a way to go through a process, setting up something. We've identified this as well with the revamp of everything, and being able to provide you with more of a process path to come in and utilize a solution on a daily basis, to know what to do, when to do, why to do, those different types of things. We talk the life by design, financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom. One of my things is really simplify it down as do what you want, when you want, where you want. And being able to leverage technology is something that people should really look at to implement. And I know we're preaching to the choir here, because a lot of you are leveraging it, starting to leverage it, looking to leverage Shuffle. But there's opportunities out there as well. Like we talked about at the end of this call today, will be an overview of the affiliate program, that it gives you an opportunity to show of those 30 million registered businesses. ER says, there's about 10 million of them don't have a website. Gives you an opportunity to show someone. And it really starts leading into a lot of what our conversation has pivoted towards on what is Elify, why Elify, what is Shuffle, how to implement them, what to use it for. Is everyone is looking for networking, networks, getting connected, being able to refer business. And then in the same sense, being able to, when you're networking with someone, give them relevant information, give them the information that you want to provide to them that they are looking for at that time. So when looking at what is coming from the suite aspect, there's a networking suite and a marketing suite. It's a very simple concept to talk to individuals out there from a word of mouth aspect. Not out here going to say we're going to throw money at marketing to try to compete with our affiliates, but we're giving our affiliates the opportunity to go out there and say, hey, here's a pretty sweet application that if you're wanting to network and market, yet it also works with network marketing, it is something that you can leverage as an individual to take the next step, go up higher in ranks, or also leverage within your team and understand that you can be very cohesive, very concise in the information that you're all sharing out to each other or to potential clients and customers. So just understanding that leverage with technology is something everyone should be utilizing. If you're out there telling people about this, you need to show them how it works a little bit. You need to understand that the leverage, the compound isn't going to take effect until people obviously take a look.
Yeah, and Guy, I just want to add to this whole concept of, as we rounded out this conversation of why we created Elify, really taking all of that information over the last few years and starting to take and crunch that data down and refine the technology so that it's even more usable for everybody, and it addresses even more problems and solves the need for even a greater group of people based on their individual needs, is a big goal for us that we're diligently working towards. But as you mentioned, when we look at business in general, and this is every business that you could think of, they're really going to fall into solving two or having two needs in their business, right? The sales side and the marketing side. And when we think about sales, it's all about the relationship. I've got to be selling or interacting with a person. And this is really why we focus on the networking portion, right? How am I generating relationships? How am I fostering relationships? How am I leveraging those relationships to either find customers, convert to customers, or gain referrals? This is all about networking. And we want to create tools that help make you a networking rock star. The statistics are out. We said 1 in every 3 businesses doesn't have an online presence. The reality is 80% of people fail to follow up more than 2 times, okay? This blows my mind because a majority of sales are happening in that relationship process when people interact 5 to 12 times. So just think about changing that dynamic alone in your business by leveraging technology that does not allow your prospects to fall through the cracks. You're going to set that follow-up reminder, you're going to review those notes, and you're going to continue to stay engaged with those customers, those prospects, those team members, so that nothing falls through the gaps. That is networking under that side. And then the marketing, Guy, we always say the right information to the right person at the right time. You want to empower yourself to have all of that at your fingertips. And that's why the content piece within Elify, the pages that you can create on here, and how easily you can share them out, whether you're just tapping them to share or emailing or texting, that's paramount. You want to get the right information to the right person at the right time, and you want to continue to foster that relationship. And when you do both of those things together consistently, that's when results start to happen. And Guy, I know we've talked about leverage here. I think this is what's going to roll us into the next topic on our agenda. And we really want to talk about these concepts because they are so powerful. It's leverage, okay? And it's compound.
Sorry, I was ahead of the schedule. I was talking leverage while we were supposed to be talking about.
No, I think it all goes hand in hand, to be honest, Guy, because part of this leverage concept, and I'm going to share my screen as we go through a few screenshots, and you're going to see why everybody, this all rolls in together. And really, right, leverage is this concept of using something to do something we couldn't normally do by ourselves, right? When I think about leverage, I think about that pulley or that fulcrum with that lever and what it's helping me do. And I know a long time ago, there was this chart. It was like the top speed of animals, and you had like the human top speed of running. And then over here was the cheetah at like 80 miles an hour. And then they had another image, and it was a man on a bicycle. And it was like, wow, man with machine is better than man by himself. And I think this is also that concept of leverage. It doesn't necessarily have to be a machine. It could be technology. It could be money. It could be people. Leverage is this concept that is so powerful. And so, let's bring up that next image, Guy, as we talk through this. But this is the one that comes to mind for me. I don't know about you, but I've lifted some heavy things in my day, and I would much rather have the assistance of a lever to leverage things up to accomplish a goal than to do it all by myself. And I think there's still a lot of things that people in business right now are doing all by themselves or doing in a more analog way, that if they shifted to digital and shifted to leveraging technology, they would see the benefits of this. Guy, a great example of this. when you create a shuffle card and you post it out on the internet, that now exists live 24/7. So there's a chance and an opportunity that while I'm asleep, somebody could be up viewing that post and following through with the information that I posted out. That is leverage. If I was only reliant on myself to have maybe phone calls and share that information with people, I would only be able to do so much. But when I leverage things, it opens up the door to allow me to do a lot more with the tools that I'm using. And so really, I think about how are we leveraging technology to get in front of the people that we want to be in front of, to network and manage relationships more effectively, and to provide the right information to the right person at the right time. This is so powerful on what technology can help us do. And what we don't realize or we forget, we've only had these things for a little over a decade, guys, right? I think it was like 2007 that the iPhone was coming out and starting to really be the first smartphone. And now everybody, we've got supercomputers in our pockets. These are going to give us superpowers. And if you or the people you're talking to are only using their mobile device, their smartphone, as a calculator or as a flashlight or as a way of just entertaining themselves, you're missing out on the ability to leverage this tool to accomplish so much more in your business. And this is really that concept that we want everybody on this call to understand so that they can turn around and share that with the world. So here's another little blurb, a quote I found on leverage as well. And this isn't just about leveraging technology, right? This is also about leveraging people, or in a lot of cases, if you've done a lot of business or finance, you can even leverage money. And this is why leverage is so cool, right? All successful people have one thing in common. It's leverage. So leverage is the power to earn more and to make more while working less and less, either by having people or money work for you. And I would just caveat this by saying people, money, or technology. And I think that's the day and age we are in right now with the digital expansion, is if we can leverage technology to do work for us and to facilitate the actions that we're already doing, we can see a benefit far beyond what we would without leveraging it. Okay? Guy, any other stuff you have to add on the concept of leveraging?
I think there's so many paths you can go down from just the word leverage and how to utilize it. And we'll get into our affiliate program and how leveraging your network and individuals that you work with who potentially see the same opportunity that you all have. I think it also goes into play with having these Friday with the Founders. We leverage technology to get it out to our users. A certain amount of users decide to show up. It gives you an opportunity as an affiliate to look around and say, hey, is a team member here? Or is a person invited me here? Because I think there's so many things that people look for, leverage, networks. They want support, and we can provide as much support as possible. And the technology is providing leverage. These Fridays, Kathy's Tuesdays, Monday sprint planning, it's providing leverage. But I think what you're going to start finding when building your network is a lot of people will tell you what they think you want to hear. And when the group gets smaller or individuals don't show or don't do things, they actually are doing things that they believe. So, being able to step back as an affiliate and saying, hey, how can I leverage my network to understand the value here? It's constantly having communication with them. The technology is the fastest, easiest way to communicate with someone through text, email, whatever it may be. But knowing if we're here every Friday to learn about our affiliate program and learn about concepts, there's got to be a point where there's action taken. I think there's a lot of times, ER might say, hey, here's a challenge. I think people get discouraged with challenges. And so instead of saying challenge, we simply just want to invite you to invite your team. And if your team doesn't show, we understand. But also that should give you an idea of understanding their amount of the ability to move forward. And if it's something that they want to do, don't waste your time. Utilize your leverage elsewhere and be able to compound your network with individuals that are like-minded and understand that technology is here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to advance. It's only going to get better. And the people that are utilizing it are going to be the ones that win.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, Guy. And, you know, I want everybody to be consistently thinking about that term leverage throughout their day, because it's so powerful. I want you to be thinking about, can I leverage anything right now? You know, and think about what we're doing right now. We're leveraging online video conferencing technology to meet collectively together. Okay, take a step back and think about that. We are leveraging technology that maybe 4 or 5 years ago would have not have been in existence to collectively get together and collaborate. Okay, what a leap forward. Imagine if we all had to coordinate our schedules and go meet at a coffee shop. There's a good chance, Guy, you are almost 2 hours away from me. You know, other people, Dane, and you're out in Chicago. This is how leverage works, and this is the power of it. But the question you need to ask yourself is, when and where can I use leverage, and try to leverage as much as possible? Obviously, understand the risk of leverage. If I'm thinking with my financial hat on, you can leverage your capital or your money, right? But there's a risk involved in potentially losing that. But with things like leveraging technology, you know, again, what if you had only to communicate through mail, snail mail, right? Send a letter, put a stamp on it, send it out. What a slow process. Then somebody comes with this idea, electronic mail, or let's just call it email. Guys, email's been around for 40 years. We've been leveraging email in our daily lives for 40 years. So you're already doing leverage in your daily life. You need to open up your eyes and see, where can I use leverage in other areas? That's the big thing about the concept of leverage today. How am I leveraging technology? How am I leveraging people? Where can I do it? And it doesn't always have to be just about the shuffle technology that you're leveraging, right? Maybe you're going to leverage email. Maybe you're going to leverage social media. Maybe you're going to leverage text message. Maybe you're going to leverage video conferencing. Maybe you're going to leverage YouTube to put videos on your content. These are all aspects of leverage that I think we tend to overlook because we're not thinking in terms of leverage. And Guy, you mentioned it right after leverage, compounding. This is the other concept that we want to talk about that is so massively important, okay? We're going to go back to look at a few slides here about compounding. And what I want to think together is, what happens after compounding when we add in leverage and compounding together. So I did some quick internet searches. Most of what I find on compounding deals with compound interest. I think a lot of people who are watching this, maybe you included, understand that concept of compound interest. But really what I think about when I think about compounding, okay, is I think about doing something and then building on top of it versus doing something and then having to start from zero each time. Okay, that is this important thing that I know is important in a lot of businesses, where you can build on the previous work that was done before. That is the compound effect, right? It's the ability to allow that stuff to continue to roll. And then when we move into things like compound interest, right? This is what Einstein said was the eighth wonder of the world. You know, pretty smart guy when he's thinking about this, but really the reality is you have your principal, you have the interest that principal earns, and then you have the interest on the interest, and that's the compounding effect. So compounding is the result of doing something over time and allowing it to build on itself. And again, lots of this tends to deal with finance, but it can be used in a lot of different areas, specifically in how we leverage people to compound or have a compounding effect. So guys, you know, in finance, it's reinvesting. They say, okay, keep reinvesting your capital or your interest and let that continue to earn money on itself. And that's this awesome concept. When we look at it more in a statistical graph, This is really what it boils down to. The secret sauce is this upper green thing where it starts to build on itself, right? The principle in the money example here could very well be the principle of your time invested. You know, if you're consistently putting in time towards working diligently on the actions that you need to take, specifically in your Elify affiliate business, you're going to start to see the interest, the earnings, or the results of that time investment. You know, obviously early on, I'm putting in and I'm getting a little bit of interest back. But eventually what I can see is that interest or that return starts having a return on itself. And that's the compound interest earned, or those compound results. And I want everybody to be thinking about that because it is so massively powerful, right? When we talk about leverage and compounding together, if I'm leveraging people, not money in this situation, but people, and I'm showing those people how to leverage other people as well, there is a compounding effect that starts to happen over time. And I think a lot of people, they miss out on that, right? They're always chasing after the next shiny object for the quick win because everybody in the world wants instant gratification. And yet, if we look at people, guys, you want to go back in the history of successful people, we all know about Warren Buffett, okay? This is a guy who early on in his 20s or 30s understood compound interest, understood taking his capital and reinvesting it. Just that one concept alone, if you look at the history of Warren Buffett, that's all he did. That's all he used. But he was relentlessly consistent on following that plan and that process. And obviously, the history speaks for itself. He's one of the wealthiest people in the entire world, well living, within his means, but as a result of compounding and building over time. Now, Guy, we talk about this compound effect in the Warren Buffett example. You can look back in history and you'll see he made most of his wealth in the last 10 years than the last 40 years. That's that compounding effect. And it's because of that doubling rate that we hear about and see all the time. Guy, I'm going to throw it back to you because I know there's this parable of the guy helping the king. Why don't you tell us about that?
Right. You know, there's a story out there from compounding that I believe if you all looked for compounding interest or a story on compounding, I think it falls back into the Egyptian times. And it talks about an individual or some farmers are out there and they're getting taxed on their crops. And the king is bringing everyone's crops in and handing it back out at a little bit at a time. But one of the farmers came about and said, hey, you know, instead of taking all of our crops, how about we get one grain of rice every day or every week compounded until we're at a certain level? Well, I think, you know, this goes along with a compounded penny, $100,000 or a compounded penny over 30 days. Someone who doesn't know the answer right away is like, yes, I'm going to take the $100,000. The king sort of in the same way. It's like, oh, this is easy. You guys will never be able to take my stash of rice that I've sort of hoarded from all of you. But what this farmer did is over time, he started compounding his grains of rice to the point where you can start seeing it on this chessboard. He was playing chess with a king that was playing checkers and understood that when he started getting that compound happening, he then had all the grains of rice back for him and all his fellow farmers. And the king essentially was asking them, begging them for an opportunity to have more rice. But what it really just comes down to is it's over time. The Warren Buffett aspect, he became rich. Why don't people follow his plan or follow his process? Is because people don't want to get rich slowly. And like you're saying, over the last 10 years, it's really exponentially grown based on his compounding and reinvesting. This really falls into the affiliate program on how you can earn residually on the aspect of having individuals within your team utilizing the solution. I mean, the big thing is you earn residually on individuals who are users of Shuffle. But when you start building a team, and always when you're building a team trust someone's actions and not their words. I think that's what I was trying to get across earlier, is trust their actions and not their words. Because I did talk to someone, and I can't remember who it was, talking about, who made him a millionaire in the industry. And ER, you may remember, but how many people he had to talk to in order to become a millionaire based on his downline and his network. And it was like thousands of people, because what kept him going forward in his process is he understood, trust people's actions, not their words. I'm not here to make you more successful or be wanting more for you than you want for yourself. So it's this sort of flies over into the affiliate overview, is making sure that leverage, that compounding happens with the like-minded people that understand all those concepts and how you can advance forward, knowing that you're going to be the pinnacle of being the person they're going to look to for support and for help. So as an affiliate, what does that mean? I would have my Elify story down. I'd have my Shuffle story down. I would know the affiliate program. And when someone came to ask me, and I don't have the correct action from understanding of how to express what Elify and Shuffle and the affiliate program is, that's the instant that someone's not going to be joining your team. I promise you that. They're going to potentially be looking for someone else, or potentially it's not for them because it wasn't presented to them correctly. So I highly encourage people to take the opportunity and say, hey, what's part of my process? Well, my process, I should understand what the application is, how I use it, how I implement it, how it can help others, give them an example of how it has benefited your life, someone else's life, but knowing that a network will not grow until you get that process implemented in your daily actions, in your weekly actions. Action is ultimately, we talk about it all the time. We're probably going to say action every opportunity we get, every time we talk to you, is you can, I'm not going to even say it from the standpoint of one hand and wish in the other. It's going to take action. And we encourage you to keep working forward with this. ER, I'm sort of going to throw it back to you here for the overview, and we'll get into some Q&A.
Yeah. Look, I want to jump back to our chessboard here for just one moment, and I want to call out an important distinction that Guy made. Okay. And if you're following along, if you're taking notes, this is that clear distinction, right? You said get rich quick or get rich slow. And guys, I've been around the block a time or two. I will tell you this: get rich quick is like a lotto ticket. It's luck, right? It doesn't happen to everybody, and there's no set path for it. So the people who are telling you get rich quick are the people who are selling you something that you don't know what they're selling in a way. The people who are telling you get rich slow, this is that compounding effect with leverage that results in the desired outcome predictably over time. And that's really what we're talking about with a plan or a process. And here's the reality: when this farmer goes from 1 grain of rice to 2 grains of rice, that's 100% growth. When he goes from 2 grains of rice to 4 grains of rice, that is 100% growth. When he goes from 4 to 8, that is 100% growth. The rate of growth does not change. It's constant. In this case, it's a doubling. The reality is, when the king is sitting there going, oh, 1 to 2, 2 to 4, what good is 4 grains of rice? But the concept that the king missed, as Guy said, who's playing checkers versus playing chess, is there are 64 squares on a chessboard. So when he was at square 63 going to 64, it was the same 100% growth. So most of that growth happened towards the end in the long term by leverage and compounding. And that's really what, Guy, we're talking about here as we move in to our affiliate program. Guys, I'm going to be the first to tell you, Elify's affiliate program is not get rich quick. Okay. So if you're looking to make an easy buck, you can go out there and make some direct referrals and make some quick cash. But if you're looking to build a passive residual income over time, right? Something that continues to come to you because you've already done the work once, whether you're doing the work moving forward. This is a path that supports that methodology. But you have to do what Guy was talking about, which is take action. Look, I can explain all of this to you and you can believe that the results are possible, but the equation to get results is belief plus action. Belief plus action equals results. Belief by itself does not equal results. So let's go into our affiliate program. I'm
gonna ask you if we could potentially change the agenda up.
Yeah.
Let's go into Q&A right now. And then if everyone understands our affiliate program and they feel they understand that, they can bounce after Q&A. And then we can, for everyone who's new or wants to continue going through, we can go through the affiliate program. But I think, there's so much here that the affiliate overview is something I feel is valuable. And we just want to make sure that if it's not what you came to listen to, we'll get everything knocked out and you can bounce here at the end.
That works. Well, what questions do we have from anybody on the call today? Raise your hand, put it in the chat. If everybody has all their answers, you can either bounce or stay along for the affiliate side.
Hey, I'll just share. I'm not going to have a question, but I'll share. I was talking to somebody new this morning that I met at a networking event on Monday. And so she's brand new. She and I kind of had a nice conversation. I knew kind of where she was with her business. And I was like, you know what? I know what you need for this weekend. She has an event. I was like, let's just get you one free card set up. So we were on Zoom together. We set up her one free card, but I showed her the next level. I was like, I want you to see what comes after this. Gave her a little bit of preview on the 10 cards and all the shuffle. And she was like, why doesn't everybody have this? I was like, that's a good question. We don't know. We're still trying to figure that out, right? But she was so excited. It's so fun when you have somebody who then takes it on herself. And she's like, wait a minute. So can I make one of these for each one of she does handmade products, each one of my products? I'm like, absolutely. As a matter of fact, you could have a QR code and a specific landing page card that's designed so she does handmade soaps. Hi, Vanessa, if you watch this. It has the ingredients and maybe it has the buy again. And you could have a QR code on the label of each one of those products that you hand make so that you have you're tracking how many people are clicking per product. You're able to update, right? So I think our job is introduce Shuffle and then show them the ideas and then let them take that idea and run with it.
100%. And thank you for sharing that story, Kathy. I'll share one as well. If there's a question, raise your hand. I was on a call with a team yesterday evening. It was a team from a company that's $1 billion company. And one of the people who had invited everybody on that team to the call was a representative within that organization. And she had started leveraging Shuffle because she had learned about it from another affiliate in her company. And Guy, you talked about a story earlier about $1 million earner in direct sales. And he said, here is the path I took to get $1 million. And I'm going to bring this story back in because they follow the exact same thing. Success leaves clues, everybody. When we listen to Kathy's story, what she did with this person to support and help this person in their business is what we all have the power and capability to do. And so this leader says, look, I became a millionaire because I went and I did 1,200 presentations to individuals. Okay, I did not get 1,200 customers. I only got 300 customers by doing that 1,200 presentation. When we think about 1,200 to get 300, that's a 25% conversion if you're following along with mental math, everybody. So she got 25% of the people, or he got 25% of the people to become a customer. He said out of those 300 customers, only 30, that's 10%, guys, 30 people decided to become representatives. And he goes, and then out of those 30 people, a lot of them weren't active. In fact, only 11 people engaged and replicated my process. He goes, I got to become $1 million earner because of 11 people. Now, here is the reality. You have one of two choices. You can either say, well, then all I need to do is go and talk to 11 people, which is what a lot of people missed the concept and did. And if they talked to 11 people and they didn't become a millionaire, they were like, this doesn't work for me. And the reality is the other choice you have is to go out and talk to 1,200 people. And that's what they missed about hearing this story. Now, the person I talked with yesterday, here is their story in 60 days, okay? They've been using and learned about Shuffle from another business. They said, oh, just like what Kathy was talking about, I can use this over here as well. So they took it upon themselves to create Shuffle cards for their other business. They created 3 cards and they started sending them out. And because of the analytics in Shuffle, she was able to walk through on the call. Here's how many times I sent it. She sent it 78 times, one of her cards in 60 days. That's a little over 1 card share a day. So think about this consistency over time, right? Her daily method of operation was send at minimum a card to somebody new every single day. Out of those 78 sends, she had 250 views, and she was following up with the people that she got views from. Some people had like 8, 9 views, and she would call them up and they were either re-looking at the card or they were sending it out and referring it out to other people. Very powerful. And she said then out of that, she got 30 new customers and 11 new representatives. And she said, look, I don't remember the last time that I put 30 new customers in my business in 60 days and got 11 new team members. So again, we want to talk about that concept of what do you need to do? Make that plan. We talk about it every week on Monday. Execute that plan of what you need to be relentlessly consistent on, what actions, and the actions are what's going to yield the predictable result. So take where you want to go and what you want to get to, and you can start dealing that down to exactly what you want to accomplish. You know, in our program, Guy, it's all about like whether you want to do it all direct or whether you want to leverage a team to assist you in getting there. And I'll be the first to tell you it's much easier to use leverage than it is to do all the heavy lifting yourself.
But understand the concept of, and everyone should understand the concept of, you can only lead a horse to water, right? Has everyone ever heard that? You can only get someone so far. And it's not your responsibility to want more success for them than they want for themselves. You can only provide them solutions and tools to advance forward. But yet you can supply them with support. You can supply them with how to use this, how to implement it, different concepts and different ways to take action with it.
What other questions do we have or success stories like that from anybody? Because Kathy, that's a huge success and it should be celebrated every time it's accomplished. And if you've achieved success, we want to celebrate that with you as well. If you need support, we want to offer that to you. Here's the one thing that I don't want you to do. Sit idly by and be quiet. We want to engage with you. This is what Friday with the Founders is all about. And if you need help and support, or if you've seen success, let us know. Okay.
You're so quiet today. Okay, so here's my other tip. I'm going to give another one. I tell people, if you text something more than 5 times, right? You're like, my team asked me a question. Oh my gosh, I answer that question every day, all day long. Or, I'm inviting somebody to a networking group. If you do that often, or if whatever those things are that you say, and this is what makes people start to think about it, right? I'm like, aren't you sick of answering that question over and over and typing that out over and over again? Make a shuffle card for it. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're right. So it keeps it fresh in their mind. And it makes them, the more cards they make and the more time that you save for them, the more value they put in their shuffle product.
100%, Kathy, 100%. Like, you're getting it, right? She's got it. It's clicked, and she's giving that information and that help to other people. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is leverage, right? Think about that. How many people are doing the same thing over and over manually, analog? Oh, I answer that same question to everybody every day, 10 times a day. It consumes 30 minutes of my time when I sum up how many times I'm answering that same question. The person I presented with yesterday, her second card, it was a getting started card for all of her new team members. She said, look, here's the path to follow. And instead of me sending you out 50 different things, this one card has the first trainings, the access to the cards you need to share, the frequently asked questions, and the links into the Facebook group. Now I don't even have to send 4 different things. I send one card to everybody who starts out asking me those initial questions, and I can solve those questions by texting them back in 30 seconds. That is leverage, guys. How are you supporting other people and creating leverage in their business, right? That's part of the affiliate side. And what are you doing to use leverage in your business? This is why we want to talk about these concepts, and then we want to talk about how to apply these concepts in your everyday life. Now, Danon, I see your hand up, so go on ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question.
I noticed that like before that pulling up a card was taking a long time. I see that it's getting faster. Where are we in that process? Is it going to get faster, or is it done?
Nope, it's going to continue to get faster. So part of that whole development side, if you're looking at Elify from the digital technology company, it's always an iterative process, right? Like, here's a good example when you look at the big players in the game. How many of you saw the announcement yesterday from Facebook changing the name from Facebook to Meta? Okay. Again, why didn't they just start out with Meta to begin with? You know what I mean? Because it's an iterative process. So we take everything exactly like even what Guy mentioned on the beginning of the call. We're so excited because we, in the background here, are working on version 3. What does version 3 do? It simplifies things. It becomes more dependable. It becomes faster and speedier. All of this is this iterative process based on the data that we're getting and we chip away at. So we're continuing to work, but there's a law of diminishing returns, as they say. As we speed up the cards on V2, it'll eventually segue over into the V3 and the cards will view even faster. In fact, everything in the application should open up very quickly for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else? A success story, a win or a celebration, a tip you could share with somebody else on this call? And Kathy, thank you for sharing those tips. Questions, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to start rolling into the affiliate overview. I see Angelo, you've got your hand up. Go ahead. Thanks for joining today.
All right, thank you. And as always, thank you guys. This is it's always good to get on these calls because you get some more tips and tidbits from other players. But this is one of the things that I shared a long time ago. And like Kathy and a lot of the other guys, I get pitched on stuff all the time. All the time I get pitched on everything. If it's bottle caps to bubble gum, somebody wants you to be on their team. So what I do is again, I'm really busy right now. I can't look at, bringing something else adding something else to my plate. But here's a tool that can help you. And it's a company that's out there really right now that's really hot. And I shared that with one of their leaders. And we just did a conference call a couple of days ago. And they're going to try to bring most of their team on the platform. So what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is not just using the card for yourself, but look at those people that's pitching you about their ideas and the companies that they're marketing. Show them, and all it took me to do was to make a card outline with their company and their products on it. I could have done it with a demo card, a promo card, but I just built the card out and put a campaign on it. And now I got a possibility to get 500 to 1,000 new distributors coming on utilizing this platform. So again, and the biggest pitch that I put on them in addition to that, and I'm get off because I'm excited. I could talk all day.
Yeah.
The other part to it is I told them, I said, think about it. 100% of the people that you have in that company right now, all of them are doing something else, or they're going to get dissatisfied. They're going to not like the product, the comp plan, or something's going to change in that company, and they're going to move on to do something else. I said, we've never had a chance in life where we got a tool that we can use with any business, no matter where we go. So the top benefit of using this with your team, even if they quit your main product and go do something else, they can still take this shuffle platform and it's tied to you. So thank you guys. That's my little tip. Pitch it to everybody. Everybody that's in business need this tool.
Angelo, that's awesome. I mean, I think this falls into an acronym that we've started to implement a little bit, especially with our storytelling. And definitely our storytelling can be grandiose, but we need to definitely pare it down. I think that's a big thing that we continue to work on. But there's an acronym, and I don't really know how it's pronounced, but it's FFBE. And I think how you went through the conversation with this individual, you showed them a feature of what is it? You showed them a function of what it does. You showed them a benefit of what it does for what it can do for them. And you showed them evidence of what it does for you. You showed them evidence of support. And that really is a true salesman from the aspect of people are buying based on you. They're not buying based on the solution and the tool. They're buying based on what that you probably have shown from a success standpoint. So I just wanted to probably point that out for a lot of people to identify that with you as well.
Well, I think that brings up a good point, Guy, that Angelo makes. One, it's, you definitely need to know what you have at your disposal. And using it and interacting with it is very powerful, and seeing where you can leverage it in your own business, because to Guy's point right there, you want to tell people what it's doing for you and have results to show. This is why there was a big win on last night's call with that gal saying, look, I sent it out this many times. I got this many views. I got this many customers. I got this many reps. There's no disputing the results that she has made. So it's easier for her to share it with somebody else. The second thing, she showed them, exactly like Angelo just talked about, what it can do for them and position it in a way where they can see it for themselves. Sometimes people seeing how you use it, it's hard for them to relate to how they could use it. So we need to be thinking about that, because there is so much flexibility. The other thing I wanted to call out, and if you didn't know, Angelo was driving around. He's multitasking here. He's doing his business and he's fitting it in when he can fit it in. And this is the consistency and the drive that really sets successful people apart from the non-successful. You've got to figure out, when am I going to take the actions? When am I going to get this stuff done? It might be a list that you just need to figure out, how do I check that off? Oh, I got to get up 15 minutes earlier, or I got to take a break at lunch and make that phone call. But it's being consistent about it. The last thing I want to call out, Angelo, you said, I mentioned this before. He's still doing it. It's the consistency over time. And I'll tell you what, if Angelo goes and gets 1,000 reps through this one referral, he's not going to stop there. He's going to say, wow, you know what? The process that I just went through, it can be rinsed and repeated. And this is what we talk about with leverage and compounding over time. Maybe it's 500 people that he gets out of that. And then the next group comes along and it's another 500. Well, he gets to add those two together, and now he's got 1,000. And then he adds the next 1,000 and the next 1,000, and so on and so forth. And eventually he's got within his network, his referral network, enough people to provide him with a substantial passive residual income. And that's really what we're focused on, guys, is how do we help you, one, accomplish that in your own business, for yourself as this Elify side hustle, and then turn around and share that with other people, because that's truly what you have to share. Just as much as it's, here's what this can do for you as a customer, don't lose sight of, here's what this has done for me as an affiliate. And if you're out there sharing your customer results and showing this to other people, you can actually become an affiliate over here too. Now you're starting to build that team and operate that leverage as well. Well, thank you for sharing that, Angelo. Any other questions here on the call? I know we've got maybe 6 minutes left. Yeah, what is that? Was that your tap card?
Yes, 2-0. I got 8.
Again, guys, success leaves clues, right? If you've got one of these or 2 of these or 3 of these or 4 of these, or like Angelo, 8 of these things, think about how you're leveraging them. I want to sort of close this out by talking about an affiliate story I heard the other day. Okay, and I want to get real with everybody real quick. The affiliate story every day comes to the tap card, okay? I had an affiliate call us up, oh, ER, we want to get the tap cards. We want to get them for our whole team. We want to do all of this stuff. And I said, great, we can do that with Elify. We can go through and set everything up. Then the next thing they did is they went out and they Googled like cheapest tap cards or RFID cards they could get, and they bought a big bulk buy of those, which, hey, fine. If that's the path you want to go down, you have a choice. And everybody is open to their choice. Guys, this is not, we're making you do this. But here's the reality, okay? They, in my opinion, took the short-term benefit and sacrificed the long-term gain. And here's what I mean by that. They're going to use their unbranded cheapy NFC cards to go out and share information. They're going to create an experience every time they tap somebody's phone and share a link. How many times, like to Angelo's story or to Kathy's story or to anybody else's story that we hear about, when you create the experience, you're not selling somebody, you're giving something to somebody, you're using it. And their first question is, whoa, what is that? And that opens up the conversation for you to share information with them about what you're using, the shuffle and the tap card. And then that's going to elicit questions from them and questions from you to position it. Well, here's the reality of that long-term gain. When they do that and create that experience with an unbranded card, they can't then turn around and say, look, it's tapped by Elify. In fact, I can help you implement this in your business. They sacrifice the short-term benefit for the long-term goal. In my opinion, they're going to miss out on making massive amounts of commissionable referrals for their tap card and potentially building that waterfall of a team, which is fine, but you need to recognize what you're losing out on. It's called the opportunity cost in business by taking and making certain decisions today. And I think about that in all of the actions of the business that I make is what is the opportunity cost of making this decision and how is that going to impact me down the line? Because here's the reality of what could have happened. She could have told everybody, hey, here's this Elify tap card. We can get that to you along with the free shuffle card. So all you have is a one-time $20 expense. Then when everybody's sharing it and they're getting those people who they're sharing it with going, hey, what is that? They already have a conversation to start with. And the referral is as simple as flipping it around and having somebody scan the card. So let's think about that marketing or that referral process. I meet somebody new. I want to share my information with them. I tap my card on it. It creates amazing experience. They say, what is that? That opens up the conversation for me to talk about Elify, shuffle, and the tap card. They say, wow, can I get that? And I turn around and I have them scan it. And that sets them off on their journey to get set up. And then to Kathy's point, I might help and support them in getting started so I can maximize how long I earn off of them and the other additional referrals that they'll make, because that's the reality. I'm not just getting one customer when I go out and make a referral. I'm opening up the door to all of the individuals and spheres of influence that that customer has. And then I might ask them, hey, do you know anybody else who could benefit from this? I would appreciate referrals because I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible. And eventually they're going to say, well, why would I give you the referral when I can make the referral myself and start earning? Again, don't lose out on all of that opportunity cost, the leverage, the compounding for sake of the short-term goal.
Let's think of an opportunity cost. I just want to add it as an additional opportunity that's out there that we all probably know of. Think about Tesla. Tesla has an affiliate program. An opportunity cost in order to be an affiliate is to buy a Tesla. I can't be driving a Chevy Volt and be a referral of Tesla and then hope I get my Tesla further down the line. So that would just be an additional way of you're talking opportunity cost, something cheap versus something that there's a cost to the opportunity. Just thinking about that as well. And I know you had mentioned when showing your card and the serial code, one thing we do need to do, so I know James, I know Danon, from you guys being at the event and getting your cards, those weren't tracked direct to you. So if you'll send an email to support with your serial code, we can get that tracked to you. So when people scan that QR, it will be tied direct to you. So if anyone has a card that was not purchased through the system, make sure you send a ticket to customer support. Let us know what that serial code are on your cards, and we'll make sure that they are assigned to you.
Yep. Well, guys, we're at the top of the hour. James, thanks for that thumbs up. We'll be looking for that information. It's pretty quick to get them assigned. We just need to know what serial numbers you had. With that being said, here's the end of Friday with the Founders sort of call to action, guys, and what's upcoming. Okay, we're leading into the weekend. You've got the rest of the day to win the week. Hopefully you joined us last Monday. You created a plan. You have a daily game plan, and you're winning more days than you're losing. If you're missing out on that, you're going to want to join us on Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time to go through sprint planning, okay? Success leaves clues, as we always say. Those people who are putting down their plans in writing and then executing on that plan are making more forward progress than those who don't. If you want that competitive advantage, you're going to want to start sprint planning your week. At the end of the day, it's a great opportunity to retro or have a retrospective on the accomplishments you made this week. What forward progress, what wins, celebrate those for yourself. Okay, we'd love to celebrate them with you on calls like this next week. And then if you did have little losses during the day, why? And look for areas or room for improvement. Guy and I would call that post-game film, right? We look at how we played the game, we look at what mistakes we made and how we could improve for the next game ahead or the next week ahead. You're going to start hearing more and more of these types of concepts that Guy and I learned in athletics that are 100% applicable to business and your affiliate business. So we're going to lead into the weekend. This is your opportunity to will, skill, and refill. Look, you can't work out every single day. You got to let your body rest. Depending on what your schedule is, you may be going into your week, and the weekend is what you've carved out to do all of your side hustle activities. If that's the case, go after it and go after it hard and win. You know, you're going to miss every shot you don't take, so take as many shots as you can, okay? If you're going into the weekend because you're just finishing up your week and you put in 5 hard days of diligent effort, being relentlessly consistent on things, take an opportunity to will, skill, and refill. Think about what you're working on, what you're working towards. Remind yourself what your goals are and why you're working on them. Take an opportunity to develop any skills, knowledge, or tools you need to set yourself up for success for the week ahead. Okay, Guy and I do our sprint planning on Sunday evening, so we're already laying out the week ahead before the sprint planning call on Monday. If you're not doing that, that's your reminder to take 15 minutes to plan out your week, because that's all it takes, guys. It takes literally no time at all to make a plan, but it's so valuable to be able to strike through, check off, and make sure you're following the right map. After that, we'll roll into Tuesday's Q&A with Kathy. I love it. If you joined us this week, we went through the difference between the mobile builder and the desktop builder. We're going to continue to do that, and we may even supplement Tuesday with an additional sort of off-the-cuff training that Guy and I will do throughout the week, and we'll look for those broadcasts to announce that. On Wednesday evenings, Mindset of a Champion training is available to those who are subscribing to it. Guys, Guy and I made a commitment. We brought Edwin and Michael Ray in as top-level leaders and coaches to provide you guys with information on Wednesday nights. We did that for an entire year for free, okay? We can't cover it for free forever. So now is the call to action that if you actually want to engage with learning those business skills and the mindset of a champion, you can start applying it in your business. Trust me, this is something that Guy and I have leaned into for a long time, and we believe in that vernacular, the trust process, amping your business, and all of these things, because with those skills and with our tools, it's going to help you win. From there, we don't have much on Thursdays as normal, and then Fridays we'll roll into what we're just rolling out of now, which is Friday with the Founders. If you're looking at the live events that we have going on the week, it's literally less than 3 hours of your total time each week to participate in these live events. So mark them on your calendar or check out the replay. If you do not see a team member on these calls, take an opportunity to share a replay with them and encourage or invite them to come along or join the next one. So Guy, with that said, I'll throw it back to you to close this thing out. We'll end Friday with the Founders.
Awesome. And thank you for going through our schedule. That week at a glance card is being updated. So you all know the Wednesday where you can get access to Mindset of a Champion training. It's no longer in the affiliate group. It's over on the Edge Global page. Yep. I do believe Michael is even offering a discount for everyone who's not involved right now to be able to participate in that. And then that Saturday, we will make sure that gets turned into that evergreen Discover call. So you get an opportunity to share that with someone who's looking for what is Elify and what's the potential on earning and being a part of. I believe Michael and Edwin have got final production done on that video, and we will just get that put into place. So before I wrap it up, I guess here, Dana, you had one more question. We'll let you end it, and then we will wrap it up.
Well, I was just trying to find out what time is Kathy on. I know she didn't have a new schedule up.
She's muted. She'll
Well,
get it for us.
I'm working on it. I was actually just looking at that right now as I was telling Guy, like, hey, we need to update that card. And I was like, oh yeah, so do I. So give me this afternoon and I'll figure out all of November and post it.
Awesome. Angelo, did you have a question?
No, it was an accident. Thank you.
All good. All good. All right. So with that, everyone take an opportunity. Like ER said, it's your weekend. If that's when you get to do your fun opportunity aspect and running your business, go out there and have as much fun with it as you can. Talk to as many people as you can. There's 99.999% of people who don't know about Shuffle, don't know about Elify. It gives you an opportunity to grow rich slowly, unless you find the right network and the right team and implement it into their processes. So
you guys might want to have anybody raise your hand if you guys want ER to stay on and do the affiliate payout.
Yes. Does anyone
stay on? Raise your hand. I'll stay on. Anybody who wants to jump off, we'll continue on with that. I think it's critical that we go through that affiliate program. Also, before you jump off, if you are jumping off, Guy, I know you and I are doing more AMP meetings with people, right? Attitude, moment, process. This is something that we learned from the guys over at Mindset of a Champion with Edge Global. And look, we do this before we go into anything. I amp myself before I came into Friday with the Founders. I'm going to amp myself before the next thing. Again, it changes based on what the next action is. If you want to have an AMP meeting with Guy and I, please reach out to us. We have offered ourselves for support to so many people, and it surprises me how many people don't take you up, even when they say they will. So this is the call to action for you. If you do need help and support, reach out to us. We want to help you. We want you to see that success.
I even had to amp myself during this meeting because you probably saw me be a little spicy at the beginning, but I got my attitude correct and went through my process to make sure at this moment I'm good. Dana, another question.
I was just to Kathy. When you do get your dates together, is it possible you can make it an event? I don't know if it's supposed to be in the insiders or the affiliate Facebook page. If you make it an event, that way you can send it out to everybody because of the time changes.
I will post it as an event. I will tell you, we have had trouble in the past inviting the group to the event. I don't know why it doesn't like me, but I will post it and then I'll try and tag you. I'll remember.
And remember, this week at a glance card.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. The week at a glance card is going to be your valuable resource because of those things that might pop up during the week or change during the week, or with Kathy's schedule, she does different times to make sure there's more flexibility on those who may not be available at 10 a.m. Central every Tuesday. So really that week at a glance card and the link back to Kathy's schedule of that is going to be your best bet. But we'll try to add that in, Danon. Okay. Well, it looks like we still have everybody on. There might be some people who want to understand our affiliate program. So let's take an opportunity to go through this. If you've joined us for this second portion of Friday with the Founders, let's take an opportunity to take a look. I'll share my screen and we'll go through it. I always say, and again, I'm going to say it again, there's two reasons why this is so important. Number one, this tells you how you earn money. Okay, you're in a business now. You need to start operating your business like a business so it pays you like a business. Because right now, if you're operating the affiliate program like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So this page is available to everybody. There's two uses of this page. One is to educate yourself. The other is to help educate others, especially your team members. Okay, so let's go through this process. Affiliate marketing is a very, very, very simple concept. Right? It's all based on links, web links, and you have a unique link that ties back to you. So when somebody comes in and uses your link to purchase an Elify solution, you're going to earn a commission off of that. It truly is that simple. You're going to join as an affiliate. We'll talk in a second about that process of affiliate sign up. And Guy, I know you and I are probably going to do a training next week on that. We've been intending to do that. We'll make that live and available to everybody who wants to join and ask questions, but it's going to be something super simple, short, and sweet, because signing up and joining as an affiliate literally is a 30-second to 1-minute process, guys. You join as an affiliate, you start promoting. We can talk and have a whole conversation about how do you want to promote, because there are a million different ways under the sun to promote and share Elify, Shuffle, and Tap with your audience and your spheres of influence. And number 3, once you start sharing, people are going to take action on that. As I mentioned, you may not get a customer every time you share. That's why consistency is key. But if you share with enough people, statistics tells us somebody will eventually come in as a referral. And in my experience, it's not sharing with hundreds of people, even, 50 people. I see people start to make referrals when they're going out there sharing with their first 10 people. Okay. So you'll start earning. Here's the earning structure. Again, we've made the program very simple. You have to think about 3 numbers: 10%, 8%, and 1%. And we can all remember this: 10%, 8%, and 1%. Why do we want to remember this? So that we can share it with other people, because there is a leverage component in here. And if you've been on this call this far, you know how important leverage is. I always say that old John Paul Getty quote, everybody, right? I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own effort. And when we think about this at scale, here's the reality. I would much rather have 1% of the efforts of 1,000 people, because there's no way I can put in 1,000% effort. We are all going to be capped. So we want to talk about components of leverage, residual, compounding, etc., because all of those elements play a role in what we talked about, getting rich slowly online. So we break it down. Your direct referrals, you're going to earn 10% on all of your direct referrals. Whether they're buying a tap card at $20, that's 10%, $2. Whether they're buying Shuffle at the MSRP of $30, boom, $3. And again, every time they pay that, you're earning a residual commission on that direct referral. So if they stay on for the next 12, 24, 36 months, every time they pay their Elify subscription, it calculates your commission and gives it to you. Now, in addition to direct referrals, and we get this question all the time, why don't I get like 50% commission on a direct referral? And the reality is, there's a larger propensity of you to be successful when you operate leverage than going out and directly referring the number of people that you'd need to refer to meet your goal. Okay, and we'll talk about an example here in just a second. So this is why we added earnings on our network referrals. Okay, this is that leverage effect, where I'm going to be going out there and I'm going to be directly referring people and earning 10%. And you know what? Eventually, somebody I've referred at 10% as a customer is going to create a Shuffle story for themselves, have an experience. And my goal is to help that person, allow them to share that experience with their sphere of influence, and allow them to get compensated for it, and in turn, allow me to get compensated for it. And when that happens, they're going to earn 10% on their direct referrals. And because they're part of my network referrals, right, they're in between my levels 2 and level 6, I'm going to earn 8% on all of those individual sales. And I will earn it residually for the life of those customers, just like I do on my direct referrals. So this is what is so powerful, is I want to do stuff to go out and promote as an individual and make referrals directly, but I also want to go out and build my team of network referrals so I can go out and capitalize on that. And here's the benefit, guys. These network referrals can come from both my customers and my affiliates. So you want to be thinking about, who do I want to help and support so that I can get these network referrals as well. In addition, we want you guys to be able to maximize your leverage, okay? And maximizing your leverage means having a longer or deeper stick. Remember the example we showed with the leverage element? I believe it was this one right here, right? When I extend leverage, all I'm doing is making my stick longer, okay? When we talk about it from the standpoint of the affiliate program, and let me move my screen here, of the affiliate program, all we're talking about is the depth of which I earn my leverage on. So outside of the 6 levels, you can earn on a 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th when you directly refer 10, 20, 30, or 40 people. So if you want to maximize our whole program, think about the number 40 as a big goal, okay? Focus on 40. If you're diligently out there chipping away at getting to 40, and again, remember the story we mentioned earlier, I had to talk to 1,200 people to get 300 customers. 300 is a big multiple above 40. How many people would you have to directly talk to get to 40 people, to get to 40 customers? And then you choose the time frame and when you want to accomplish that. If you want to go out and make 1,000 phone calls this weekend, you're welcome to do that. If you want to go out and try and refer just 4 people a week, you can do that. It would take you 10 weeks to get to 40. But once you hit 40, you'll have unlocked all 10 levels and you'll earn 1% on those. So this is what I love. We've got a visual here that describes that whole program. We don't have to go draw any hieroglyphics on the board of 2 getting 4, getting 8 type of thing. It literally is you earning 10% off of your direct referrals. As they go out and make referrals, it sort of waterfalls away from you. We call those your network referrals. You earn 8% on all of those. I want to call it out here. There's no qualifications to earn your 10% or your 8%. Our technology just looks, oh, a sale got made. Here's who did the direct referral. Here's everybody in that chain who gets a network referral off of it. If it falls into your 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th level and you qualify based on the number of direct referrals you've made, you'll earn 1% on that volume as well. So it becomes very easy for us to use this to determine how to reach our goals. If you want to get $100 a month coming in residually to you, you're going to need to have a certain amount of people in your network. If it's on a $30 product, you're talking $3, divide 100 by 3, and that's going to tell you the total number of people you need, right? I need about 33 people to get to $100. Then the choice is yours. Do you want to do all 33 direct? Heck, that would get you pretty close to your 40 number. Or are you hoping to do it in combination with your network referrals? And then how are you going to compound or build on that over time? And that takes us to our last little thing on this affiliate overview, which is the commission calculator here. Great little tool for helping you estimate what you need to do. You can have and go and slide over the amount that you think your average referral is going to be. Maybe they're buying it at a discount because you're providing them a discount with your referral link. Maybe they're buying Shuffle full price every month. Maybe they're adding on a tap card onto that. Again, what are you going to be promoting? Okay. Next, how much work are you going to do? Are you going to make 3 referrals a month? Are you going to have a target of 4 referrals, 5 referrals? You select this. Also keep in mind on replication, who is going to do that as well? And the other variable is retention. Okay, so when we look at this, and let me minus this down a little bit and get us a little bit smaller here. Oops. There we go. Oh, well, that made it a little bit small. Okay. So here we are. We want to take into account the amount, the referrals per month, the retention that we'll have, and the duplication, because here's where that leverage component comes into play. I want to know if I'm going out and I've got, 50% retention each month, 50% duplication. That means half of the people I refer are going to stick around, and half of those people are going to go out and do the same thing I'm doing, making 4 referrals per month at $20. As we mentioned, this is not get rich quick. My first month, I might make $8 in commission. Here's the reality, guys. Hooray, you've successfully earned money online. You have reached the first milestone that a majority of people that exist right now are not doing, which is generating online income. Now it's rinse and repeat, and build over time. Maybe I make $8 my first month and then it grows to 25. Look at this. Now I've got a successful business. I might be spending $20 a month for my subscription, but I'm earning 25. The thing is paying for itself. I've gone from being in the red in my business to now being in the black, and I've got a successful business on my hands. It's a small business, but I'm going to grow it over time. Then maybe it's $100, $200, $400. again, we see how this compounds over time as we looked at that little rice analogy that we showed earlier. And, maybe if I'm diligent and I work diligently on my direct referrals and I work diligently on supporting my team and doing that daily method of operation, taking the actions to achieve the results and showing others how to do the same, inviting them to Friday with the Founders, going on the sprint planning, learning the technology. Guys, we do these things for a reason, right? These are the things we need to participate in order to see these results. I could be earning thousands of dollars every month. And here's the reality. Guy talked about time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. Because this is residual income, if I've gone in and I'm making $5,000 a month, I have one of two choices. I can either sit idly by and let that continue to come to me. Maybe I want to take a vacation. Maybe I want to take a break. Maybe I want to sit idle and just sip margaritas all day long. You choose what it's going to take for you guys to accomplish that. And you can either continue to build on it. Maybe it's going to go from 5 to 7, or maybe you're going to just let it continue to go. I know there are people in our affiliate program right now who have earned, let's say, $25,000, right, promoting digital business cards, and they're happy with that earnings. I know other people who it's like, hey, if I could earn that, I could 10x that and I'll earn $250,000. So really the choice is going to be yours on what you want to earn and how you want to approach earning it through direct referrals and network referrals. But the flexibility is there. There's no limit on the directs, and the network is going to cut off at 6 and on 10 based on what you directly do. So guys, that's an overview of the affiliate program. I want to call out a few other things, and then we can open this up for an affiliate program Q&A. But the first thing I want to call out is, how do you become an affiliate? It's pretty easy. If you are a Shuffle customer or an Elify customer, you can go over to affiliate.elify.com and log in using your same login information. That will bring you into your affiliate portal. And literally, this is the one-page form. What I want to call out on this, make sure that your name matches the name on your government-issued ID. If Douglas goes by Doug, he wants to make sure he puts Douglas in here. First name, last name, email address, and date of birth. Agree to the terms, become an affiliate. Literally that simple. You'll get another email from us along with an email from an e-wallet provider so that you can complete the setup of your e-wallet. Then you go out and you have a referral ID. You can see it in the background here. My invite code is Douglas.Baldwin, and you'll start sharing information with your link involved. In fact, if I go back to our affiliate page, this is Douglas Baldwin's affiliate page. If he shares this link, anybody who enrolls or signs up, and you can see there's a sign up, sign in, become an affiliate, that will all track back to Douglas Baldwin. You replace it with your invite code, and that's affiliate marketing, everybody. You can also do that with the main website. Again, here is the main website where somebody can scroll through the cards, look at what everything Shuffle has to offer, and we just add our invite code to the end of that, and it will track back to give us credit for anybody who tries it, signs up for it, etc. Last thing I want to call out is promotional cards if you're going to be actively promoting Elify and Shuffle. And there's opportunities to get people to sign up for free. Kathy, in her story, said, look, I want to help set you up for success for that upcoming event you have this weekend. Let me at least give you a free card so that you're prepared for that event. And then I can come back and help you escalate out of there. So maybe she's going to offer her a free card. Or maybe you're going to be promoting Shuffle at the full MSRP. Again, you are making that decision on what you are giving to that person, the right information to the right person at the right time. If I determine this person needs a free card, I'm going to give them the free promotion. If I determine they need the full price thing because price is not an objection for them, I'm going to give them the full MSRP link. Or maybe I just want them to try it out for a while and see the whole system, not the free system, but the whole system. They can sign up for a $1 trial and then allow that to escalate into their subscription. You have a variety of these links to share. You can do that through the mobile builder from your mobile application or the web here. And all you're doing is clicking on Promote Elify and selecting any one of these offers. Maybe it's not the MSRP. I want to give them that 33% off. I can select that and it will load up a discount code for them. So we've created all of this marketing material that's available to you. The question is, what actions are you going to take to spread the word to everybody else? Are you going to share out those promotion cards? That's a great step in action to take. Are you going to invite people to learn a little bit more? Are you going to create a product experience for them when you use this every day in your own business? These are all actions that support the referral process. So, Guy, with that being said, I'm going to throw it back to you. And if there are any questions on the affiliate program, hopefully we've driven clarity on this thing, because it truly is a simple process.
It's very simple. And a question I was going to ask everyone is, do y'all know how many days are left in 2021? There are 64 days left in 2021. And it gives you an opportunity to ramp up into 2022. And what type of action is going to be taken from the aspect of knowing you also have this affiliate opportunity. And you get the opportunity to get people essentially grandfathered in to the Elify ecosystem prior to the whole adjustment that will be happening in 2022. Me as a customer myself being introduced right now, I would be gladly accepting someone showing me this right now, knowing I'm going to get everything moving forward. So with your sprint planning for next week, by that time, there'll be 62 days, 61 days left in the year. What are you going to do during that time? And it doesn't just have to be here. What are you going to do in your other businesses to advance, to get more customers, more clients, more eyeballs? There's an opportunity to really get that fire stoked, to start building upon your network, to really set yourself up for that 2022 ER. When you're showing that slider, get rich slow. Well, 12 months, that's a pretty good income in 12 months. I would be happy in 12 months to be earning $10,000 on just a little bit of effort. Probably the majority of the effort is just going to be helping. And that's what it should all be about. So if there's any questions, feel free, raise your hand. If not, Dana, I always can count on you for questions, and I appreciate it.
That's all about building your business. There's going to always be questions. Now, the part where it goes down to the commission calculator, I noticed that there was some money involved in there. I don't know if it was because of the slide that he was moving over, but at the bottom of it, it had the amount for 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 10. If you can go back to the commission calculator.
Yep, let me bring it up, Dan. And let's talk about it. I think these are great questions. So here's the commission calculator. Again, if you're following along or you're watching this in a replay, you can go to elifyshuffle.com/affiliate. And you can find this calculator and follow along as well. What question do you have, Damon?
Okay, these questions at the bottom. My question is, when I say months from start, network size. Okay, this is okay. In 1 month, you got 4 customers. I guess, is that 4 customers or 4 people you helping?
Yep, 4 customers. So I've got 4 people. Again, if we're thinking about, I'm on a $20 product, I earn $2 per person. 2 times 4 equals 8. So I'm earning $8 that month.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if the numbers moved as you moved the slide, because I never really just went this far down.
Yep. So again, if I did 3 customers, again, if I'm only earning $2 per customer on a $20 product at 10%, look, I'm earning $6. Now remember, I don't have anybody on my level 2. I just started, right? So all of these are my direct referrals. And if I walk through the system here, here's what we've decided. Month over month retention, I've marked 50%. That means if I went out and got 3 customers, 1.5 of them will not renew their subscription next month. This is a factor of how diligent I am on supporting my customers. And here's what I think about when I think about customer support, everybody. You're either helping or you're connecting. That's what support is. So you ask yourself, am I equipped enough to help this person so I can increase retention, or at least connect them with the right resource to help them? And that's what it's about, right? Maybe there's somebody who referred me who's a little bit more savvy and I want to connect them up to get that support. Why? The person above me is earning 8% while I'm earning 10%. So you have a whole network that you belong to that can offer support, and that's what increases retention. And here we've just selected it at 50% retention. Look, if you go up and you support more, the numbers go up more. If you support less, the numbers go down over time. Look, if you can't retain your network, and a lot of you need to look at your network in your affiliate login and see what your retention is. Because if I don't have good retention, if I'm not offering support or connecting people to the right support, I can watch my network dwindle over time. It's going to take me 12 months to get to $150 a month. So again, this is something that factors strongly into your ability to grow that, compound that residual income over time. Think about retention as something you do have control over, but it's based on your own actions, okay? The other thing is duplication. And this is why we don't have retention set at 100%, right? Think about all those people who have drawn hieroglyphics on the whiteboard that's like 2, who get 2, who get 2, who get 2, and all of a sudden you've got perfect replication. Doesn't happen. The reality is every one of us are going to have a different level of replication depending on how we support our networks. And again, that support comes in 2 factors. How I personally support individuals, what can I provide to them to help them so that they can help themselves? And 2, what resources can I connect them with? A person or information that's going to help them stay on and use the technology. Because the reality is, if you've used this technology in your business and seen a benefit, you continue to use this technology. But if you get this technology and don't implement it, at some point you look at the credit card statement and say, maybe I don't need that anymore. That's the direct result of retention. The other variable that plays a large factor is duplication, okay? Here's the reality. Let's zoom this all the way up to 8. Let's zoom this all the way up to 70%. We've got massive retention. We've got massive referrals, but nobody duplicates. Take it back down to 10%. Again, you can see the impact that duplication can have on your business. If only 10%, meaning 1 out of every 10 people I refer goes out and follows along and says, yeah, I want to become an affiliate too, Danon. I want to go out and do what you're doing and what Elify tells us we need to be doing. But it's only 1 in 10 people. Again, $16 is great. You grow it up to $1,800 a month. You know what I mean? Retention and duplication will have big factors on the outcome of everything. Now, people who are duplicating, we're saying, what are they going to duplicate? Are they going to go out and get 8 people per month? Or are they going to go out and do what something everybody can do, 3, 4, 5 people every month? Guy and I talk about a focus on 40. That starts out with the focus on 4. If you know 10 people, there's a good chance you can get 4 of them. That's 40% conversion to come on and be a customer. If you work with those customers to offer them support, there's a good chance that 2 of the 4 people you referred, 50% of them will retain. And if they create a product experience, a shuffle experience that's beneficial for them, that retention value goes up way high and their ability to duplicate starts coming into effect, you know? And again, the difference between 40% duplication and 50% duplication on here, you can see in the 12th month on compounding might be the difference between, say, $4,000 a month to, say, $10,000 a month. So large difference. The more you can impact your retention and duplication, the greater success you're going to have in the program. And the last factor on here that you truly have control over, right? The product amount that you're referring, the number of people you're putting in, how you're retaining the people, and how you're getting them to duplicate. That last factor that's critical is time, okay? And I want to be realistic and transparent for everybody, okay? There's an income disclosure statement right here. Be realistic, okay? Think about what you're earning right now. If you're working a 9 to 5, putting in 40 hours a week, they're paying you an income off of that time put in. Let's put those together and then distribute that amount by the time you put in, and that's your hourly wage, your hourly rate. You need to be realistic. If you want to earn, say, $6,500 a month residually in this, you're going to need to commit some time to doing it. And you choose how front-end loaded you want that time to be. Again, maybe it's, I'm not getting much duplication, but I'm going from 4 people a month to 5 people a month. You can see the impact that time investment can have on that. What am I doing each and every month? The more I do month over month and the more I get people to do, the more income I'm going to make and the more income they're going to make. But if I don't want to do anything, and this is what Guy talks about, right? Don't take any action. I might only get 1 person a month. Okay, well, then maybe I'm going to only make $12 over the next, 12 months. So again, you're looking at what impact you can have in your affiliate business and how you can support others in replicating that process. I hope that makes sense, Dana. And any questions on this calculator?
Well, the only other question was, okay, is the extra 40%, is that factored into this? Or no, this is just the work after you got them into the business?
Correct. But you do bring up a good point. We didn't mention it at all in here. On this payout where you get 10% on your direct referral, that first month shuffle, we're going to give you a direct referral bonus of 40%. So 40 plus 10% is 50%. You're actually going to see that 50% in there. I want to go back to our example with 4 people at $20. We did the estimation, right? 20 at 10% is $2. $2 times 4 people. In my first month, I made $8. This is a little off because I would have also made that 40% bonus on them. So I would actually have made, $10 on each one. I would have made $40 in my first month instead of $8. I would much rather undershow what you can earn than overshow what you can earn. So in this example, even somebody going down this path, they're going to earn $40, but what we're looking at in the calculator is the residual month over month. What's going to recur every month?
Okay.
I think the last little thing on this calculator that's important for people to understand, and I mentioned the story earlier, we have an affiliate. Okay, here's the reality. We have an affiliate. The affiliate goes out and blasts out a big email to their network. The network comes on and joins. The affiliate earns something like $25,000 in commission. Then they don't do any other action. Okay, that would be like us going in, referring 1 person. Okay, you can add other zeros onto this, but then we don't do any network or we don't do any duplication. It just stays at $2. So again, it's all based on action and activity. If you don't want to earn much, don't do much. But the reality is you got to do something if you want to earn something. Any other questions about the affiliate program from anybody? I know we've almost doubled our Friday with the Founders time here. The reality is we've got people on this call who want to learn and want to know, and we do this because of you. I'm happy to stay on here all day if it helps you. But the reality is you're the only one who can help yourself, okay? Guy talked about it. You can lead a horse to water. You can open the door. You know what I mean? You can teach somebody to fish. But at the end of the day, you guys have to drink, walk through the door, or cast the line. So that's our call to action for you. If you've stuck with us this far, is what is your plan? There's 64 days left in the year. A lot of people, and here's the reality, statistically speaking, if you're on this call, here's the reality. A majority of you aren't going to do anything until the end of the year. Why? Because you're going to set a New Year's resolution. This is what you're telling yourself. I'm going to set a New Year's resolution. I'm going to kick it off January 1st, and that's when I'm going to build it. But here's the reality of what successful people do. They realize that every single day is a gift. That's why they call it the present, right? Every single day is a gift, and it's a new day. We cannot impact the things that we did yesterday, and we can't impact tomorrow except for the actions that we take today. That's why Guy and I say make a plan. If you need to right now, as a challenge for you on this call, make your 64-day game plan from now to the end of the year. Get to building that momentum, creating your daily method of operation, doing the successful actions, and making your plan and gathering the skills and the tools ready to execute. So that way, when you get 64 days from now, 1, you've made 64 days of progress, and 2, you're going into momentum at the beginning of the year versus starting at the starting line. The reality is successful people build on what they're consistently doing. They don't just wait to some magical date on a calendar to get started. So here, again, there's 64 days left in the year. Guy and I have been relentlessly consistent about doing a live call every Monday to get sprint planning going. If you've got 64 days left, will, skill, and refill this weekend, the will and the skill where you want to get to, do that for your 64 days. Come and visit us on Monday for sprint planning, and let's look at what on those 64-day game plan are we going to focus on. We're focusing on the first 7 days. We get the map of what our next 7 days is going to look like, and then we set that map down, and we only focus on 1 day at a time. Guy, your quote is my favorite quote, and it's take care of the little things, because the big things will take care of themselves. If we want to run a marathon in the next 64 days, we don't wait till day 64 and just go out and run 23 miles. We look at where we are right now. Maybe you've been sitting on the couch for a while and it's time to get up and walk around the block one time. And that's enough for today. And tomorrow you're going to walk around the block one more time, and that's enough for that day. And on Sunday, you're going to do it twice. And on Monday, you're going to do it 3 times. And then eventually your 3 times walking turns into 1 day jogging. And then eventually it's around the block running 1 time. And if you're diligent about it and build on it each and every day by taking daily actions, you're going to be 64 days later equipped with the capability to run a marathon. And that's the reality of it, guys. It's that simple. When we talk about the wheel of life and balancing the wheel of life, it truly is, what is our method of operation that allows us to focus a little bit each day on each one of these spokes, so that over time we maximize and all of those spokes are equal, and we're not going down the road like this. We're on a smooth path and we've got momentum. This is all Guy and I are trying to express to you guys. We want you to be as successful as you want to be, but we can't take or drag you along to success. Okay? Guy, you and I have the luxury, if you've looked at any of these videos, I'm in the same room every day. This is my office. It's in my home. And I've been doing this for the last 2 decades. You know what? When I turn off this computer, I get to go outside. I'm going to have lunch with my family. I'm going to bring my kids home from school. I'm going to start my weekend, hopefully a little bit early, depending on what tasks I have left on my daily game plan and what my win list is. But outside of that, I'm living a life by design, right? In this season of my life where I have young kids, my life by design is about time freedom, the ability to spend time with the people that I love and not have to worry about not being there because I've got some other obligation. Look, Guy and I are choosing to be here because we want to be here. It's like finding gold. You have a choice. You can hoard it all for yourself, or you can live a life of significance and start sharing it out to other people. Guy and I have discovered gold here, guys. We're sharing it with you through word of mouth, and our only ask is that you help us in sharing it with the world. Your only role is to become the messenger. So let's focus on how you can help spread that message very efficiently. And it starts by participating with us about 3 hours a week, right? Monday stand-up, Tuesday training, maybe a Thursday special training, Friday. Maybe you're subscribing to Mindset of a Champion. It doesn't take much more than that. Those are fixed events. Then you have to have your win list. What's important right now? Again, you're going to make a 64-day game plan to win the rest of the year. What's important right now is not day 64. It's day 1, day 2, day 3. Make that plan, execute that plan. The results are predictable if you follow the path. So again, I've been on my soapbox here, guys. It's because I truly understand and know the power of all of this. I've been living it each and every day. And I just want you guys to join us so that you can live it too. Danon, hands up. What you got?
I know a couple of weeks ago you mentioned how you could actually offer your card. I mean, offer shuffle, but you have to. I forgot how it actually went. I'm sorry. I
nope,
can't.
You're good. Hey guys, this is what it's there for. I mean, again, we want you to be sure and confident about everything you do so that you can go in ready to win. Danon, when the question re-arises, let me know. I know you and I are going to roll into a call right after this anyways, so we're going to talk on some stuff, and this is part of that process. Look, Guy and I want to make ourselves available to help you. Right now, we've got the bandwidth to do that because we've automated a lot of things, right? And we don't do work for work's sake. We do the important work that matters. And that's what we want you guys to do. Success leaves clues. The process is very simple. Here's the key. It's not easy. And there's a big difference between simple and easy, right? Focus on what you can control. And the easy thing is, or the simple thing is, just following along with that path of steps. Angelo, I saw your hand go up. What you got?
Hey, quick question, and you probably touched on this. I was in and out where I was at. A lot of the guys want to know about the videos. Are we going to have a couple of the videos coming, like little tidbits like we have for the old system? Or are we going to have some of those for the new system coming up soon?
Definitely for the new system. And here's the reality, right? Guy and I and our team will do everything we can to empower and equip you guys with the assets that you need to share out. But here's the other reality. You have all of this stuff available to you. If you need a video, shoot a video. Okay. I had somebody come up to me the other day. Look, my shuffle story is different than Angelo's shuffle story. It's different than Mike's shuffle story. It's different than Kathy's shuffle story. If you want something that's really going to have or make an impact, Guy mentioned that acronym earlier, right? This is what it is. This is what it does. This is what it can do for you. This is what it's done for me. And here is the evidence to support that. That's the shuffle story. What is your shuffle story? Make a video about that and start sharing that around. Now it's yours. And people are going to want to use your story, and that'll help you build your team. I'm happy to put together my shuffle story and the what is it and all of that type of stuff and allow you guys to share that out. But the reality is people don't want to hear from the CEO of the tech company who's already done it. They want to hear from the people who are already doing it and already making it and already seeing that success, because that's the borrowed confidence that we need collectively as a tribe here to allow everybody to see success. It's not about Guy and I. So Guy and I will be the first people to say, we don't want to hear our voice. We don't want to see our image. It's not about elevating us. It's about elevating each and every one of you. So if you are sitting there waiting idly for something, build it. We've got cards, build it. And then if you need support in that, reach out to us and we will work together with you to help you get the other elements that you might need to build that, Angelo.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, let us know what we can do to support, but here's the reality. We can't do everything for you.
But yes, to that from the videos, from the new system, additional adjustments happening with the affiliate, as well as a different product offerings that will also be coming, that we're exploring down the TAP NFC route. We want to make sure that's all put together, that we have the package nice and fine-tuned prior to spending the resources to get those elements put together. But we can expedite some of those. It'll just have to be where that falls in and some of the timeline things.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Any last call for questions, guys? Okay. Well, I hope if you've stuck around here for the last almost 2 hours that you've learned something, that we've created some value, that you saw a new direction, that you heard something you could share with somebody. We're going to have a replay of this. Right now it's live on YouTube. We're going to grab that link and we're going to broadcast out that the replay is available, because there's a lot more people in Elify Nation that aren't live on this call. Here's the reality. We're going to broadcast that out, but you need to broadcast that out to your teams as well. This high tide will raise all ships if we all work on it together and we collaborate in that common direction. So with that being said, I want you guys to will, skill, and refill this weekend. Do what you need to do to elevate your success. And we will see you guys on Monday for sprint planning. Be ready to plan out the week. 64 days left in the year. Let's win next week, so that we can win the week after and the week after and the week after.
Have a great weekend. Everyone have a great week. Get prepared. Kathy also said invite to that Tuesday training.